introduction, and thank you for the PA for the organization of this convention, and to give us the opportunity to present this work. So I'm Eric Dulin, I'm working from the REPDC private lab in France, founded in 2012 by David Jarret. And so our talk today is to talk about macro PK. Macro. And so we'll just look at some milestones we have done since 2012. The main result we presented in Oslo last year. And so today is a follow-up, in fact. We will show in detail what is the setup and the method we use, and the result, so how we were able to document it, and have a results which are reproducible without decline effect. And we talk about the impact of observer and the documentation and the learning effect. So first, what we are talking about, the center of our research is about moving some spinning object, so spinning objects. So in this case, typically we have, nice. So here we have just a plastic dome balanced on a needle, which is plugged inside the plug, plastic plug. And so it's something which is, look at it for, I think, more than 200 years. Many people have worked on this different ways, and never close the object, the topic. We look at what's the forces are induced in this kind of physics. So there's typically the mechanical. Yeah. So we just avoid the mechanical if we look out the vibration, for example, and the acoustics. We can hear out magnetics and also the electrostatics. Pretty easy, but sometimes it's tricky. So we have to be sure that the target is spinning at least one turn. And the most important candidate for the movement of the target is airflow. Airflow which is in the room, or airflow which is induced by the body heat of the hand or the main body. So we work on this topic, and so David Jarret here, who was the founder of the lab, build a specific cabin here, where we put inside some smoke, some fog, and so we illuminated this with a laser. Sorry. Okay. With a laser, we illuminated the particle of smoke, so we were able to see. You see here the airflow around the target, which is seen from above here. And so from this, with some image processing, we are able to calculate the speed vector of the airflow around the target. So this is the speed vector. And so then, with some software we make some on the math tools, we were able to build some kind of 3D approach of the airflow around the target. So the idea was to compare what is the speed of the airflow compared to the speed of the target. If the target is spinning faster than the airflow, we could say that it's not the air which is causing the movement of the target. And so we make some tense experiments, and we compare 3 scenarios. The first scenario was the airflow experiment, so it's using a pump, pushing air and trying to move the target. The second was to use just a motor to run the target, and the third was to use PK agent to try to move the target without anything. And we show that we have very different results compared to this line, which is when the air speed at the same speed that the target. Okay, so if we are below, for example, if I have a pump, I have to push the air quicker than the target to have the target moving. If I am in PK agent, we have a ratio to 2:7, so in some case, the target was running 7 times quicker than the airflow around. So it was first work we published in GSC and presented in Athens in 2017. And then we tried to improve the processes. So we built a new bench which was portable. So the PK agent was able to use it at home directly. So here it's characteristic on the PK agent working at home. So he's able to repeat many triggers because it's at home. It has not to go in a special lab and make some specific experimentation. And also it was a more confined environment. And we use for generating the smoke, we just use incense sticks, which are less strong than a fog generator. So there is less noise. So we have a better, what we call signal to noise ratio. So in this case, we are able to show that we have a ratio above 10 this time. This is, for example, I'll show you directly the video. So on the left, you have the pump generating airflow to start the target. And on the right is the target running because of the PK agent. And you can see the speed of the flow, which is very low compared to this. So this was the necessary required speed of the air to go. And so between the two, there was a ratio of 10. Okay, so this was published in PH Journal in 2020. And then we work on the energy involved in this scenario. But I will go quick because we don't have too much time. I will come back there after. Okay. So last year we presented in Oslo a more specific experiment where we don't use the laser because we have already used this semi-confined environment. The idea was to try to be able to work really in a confined environment. And the first steps was to work with this ball on the plastic dome, leaving us a space, because at that time the PK agent was not able to run this plastic dome below a full confinement. And so we make some repeat experiment, which was last year, and we get 91% of success in this experiment. And we do also some full confinement this time with double ball. So we have double ball and pinwheel, but the target is lighter because the pinwheel is 10th of gram, and here it's more than 2 grams. Okay. So in this case, we are able to have 58% of repeatability. So this was last year. We documented, we presented in Oslo, so conference to peer. And we were able to reproduce it in September. So the fact to make the documentation and present to peers was not a problem to reproduce it. And so this year, we'll come one step further, because first, the PK agent was able to do that in full confinement with this target. So this target was provided to him, same for the support. The table, we can just look at the table quickly. So it's a standard folding table, you can see below. Okay. So there is no big trick in there. Just for the fun, we know that we don't spend 3 years to make trick. Okay. He was very bizarre when I asked him to make the video of his table. That's one of the only things that I don't bring to him. So it was interesting because we saw further that this plastic dome, they have an edge around, and Steven, the PK agent, was not able to run it under the laboratory bell, except if he was trimmed, so he cut the edge around. So, as before, why? Maybe it's a bit lighter, but you see after that it's not really that. We don't understand all. So wooden table and a 3-axis so laboratory bell here. So I have also a quick video to show that it's really hermetic. Very quick at the end. So a quick air pump, and you see that the polystyrene builds are not moving inside the laboratory bell. So there is no way to air to push inside the laboratory bell. Okay. And then we have a 3-axis analysis of vibration. So it's a nice application, smartphone we can use. And so we have 3 colors for the 3-axis. And when you just touch the table, this is the reaction of the vibration. So, and also this is the peak agent, and you wanted to say hello and give some tips about how you feel the things. So you managed to have him to talk to you. So it's in French.
Et je vais effectivement explorer, réaliser des expériences à la maison. Et on voit si on observe des choses ou non. Et donc ensuite, chaque session, chaque séance, chaque essai, plusieurs essais sur chaque session, bien sûr, tout est filmé intégralement. Tout est filmé, tout est documenté, tout est rapporté par écrit.
So he's explaining that he is more an explorer, researcher explorer, than really a peak agent. And what is important is that always, so each time he makes a trial, he makes documentation and video. There is no file or, that's very important. So all of these experiments until the last 3 years are recorded, filmed, documented, 2 cameras, very often, and with a report, and we'll see after. So the typical procedure, I will go very quickly through it. So he takes he puts the camera, he puts the targets, puts the dome, he tries to run it. If about 2 or 3 minutes it didn't run, he removes the laboratory bell, he removes the target, and he tries again. Okay? And this is what we call a session. A session is ministerial, and it could spend from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Right. And at the end, he generates a report. Okay. Simple report to say that which day he worked and what happened very quickly. Okay, so for each session he do that, and then he put all this on the drive with all the video, with two cam, very often 2 cam, to have a double angle. And yes, an important point also, I will leave him talk about that, the notion of observer. So many people ask, how do we do PK? So I think it's interesting.
Bien, quand on pense à la notion d'observateur, c'est-à-dire que nous avons des expériences qui se passent quand même mieux quand on est simplement détaché, c'est-à-dire qu'on installe le dispositif et avec l'intention d'observer quelque chose, et ça s'arrête là. Ça se passe souvent très bien comme ça. Pas besoin de faire une force, de forcer l'imagination mentalement ou quoi que ce soit. En général, ça se passe très bien quand il y a un détachement complet qui se fait par rapport à ça.
This is a part of the subject. So then after this, I make some work on the videos. So make the timing, synchronization, and highlight the significant events inside the video. Highlight the synchronization between some speaking and some events, and make some specific video montage if there is a good result with the double film. And then we document it, and we fill a spreadsheet with all the case, all the trial, so we are able to make some stats behind. And then, so this was the first step. So where he put the target agent work on at home, make his videos, and we analyze offline the videos, and we make some report and so forth. And then we make some experiment live, we have video conference, like here. So typically you see the start of the session. So he's cleaning to avoid statics, making the target. And so we have one camera from here and one camera here. And they are all on the whereby video conference systems.
On voit bien, c'est bon pour toi?
Alors écoute, là, on voit bien.
It's
Allez, on va voir une fois qu'il y aura la cloche. C'est souvent le problème, c'est le problème de la cloche.
okay, so I have to go quick to don't have so much time. So you can see that he has put the laboratory there. And then, so you can see that it starts moving. Okay. So at start you can see he has his hand around, not touching, never touching. Okay. And then he moves back. He sat back on the chair. And the target is still one.
En plus, il a vraiment démarré, il était là.
Yeah.
Oui, oui, il y a beaucoup plus de run.
So we are coming together and he continued to run. Okay, it was 7 minutes like that. Okay. So this was a live session by video conference. I made like 6 like that, and one before also with David, we were 3, so 2 observers. And then I make a work on site. So he is in Paris, I'm in Lyon. So I move on Paris and make an experiment directly on his site. So just first control vibration area, so to be sure that there is no problem about vibration. And then I make myself the setup. So you see, I am making the stuff this time. It's not him. Okay. And so I leave the place to him. And he makes the experiment. So this time it was a bit slow, but it works. You can see if we move the video up. There is some move. Okay. And then I check the vibration. So you see the baseline of the vibration. So it's 0001 G. So it's awesome. So globally, this experiment, we have a full documentation of all, and we can share all the data with people, with other people in the community. And so the result, we announced in the abstract we had 24 sessions. Finally, we did 70, and we made 248 trials. And on this global session, we have a 91% result of success. So what we call session, as I explained, he starts the session, he makes some trials, and he ends the session at the end. And so we have only, as you can see on the graphics, only 6 sessions where there is no success. The other one was success. And if we look to the trials, we can find the 6 trials we were at 0%, and the other were at 100%, other in between. And so globally it's a 56% success, and you can see that the curve, we don't see really a decline effect. Okay. He makes some, so the important thing is that the trial here, we have a 4 minutes average of move of the target, so it's not just 10 seconds, 4 minutes, and sometimes it's moved 12 minutes. And some trials, he was able to move outside the room. I can show you here. So he's making the target. So so here is the video you can see here. It's taken by this smartphone. Okay. So this smartphone is taking this video. So you can see this video is along, and the other video is done by directly the peak agent.
Je pense que c'est au niveau de...
So you can see that now he's moving downstairs,
Non, là, quand même,
and the target is still running.
d'avancer justement
Okay.
justement sur...
And then you go outside. Talk to the dog, and the target is still running here. And finally come back. Okay, so it not happens every time, but that's nice. Nice shot. And the delay to have a result is between 30 seconds, so directly, or 15 minutes before something happens. So we have to go quick because John told me that. So I will talk quickly about the learning curve. So you remember I talked about the fact that at the start it was necessary to trim the edge of the couple, but in May he was able to run it without trimming it, and he was able to stack 3 of them to run it. So it's part of learning curve, and to illustrate that more, I will come back to some work which have been done with other peak agents. For example, with Pierre Fortin, which is a Canadian guy. We worked with him and he was able to run from 7 grams to 400 grams here in 1 year. And for Carl Gris in France, south of France, he was able to move. Before that, he was only 10 grams or so, and he moved to 500 grams there, and it was in 5 or 6 months. So this is really a learning curve. So I don't have time to show the video, but if some people who are interested, I can show them on the expo after. I have to go quick. So yes, so the idea is that we confirm the result presented at the PA, and with improvements, so learning curve also, because we move from a partial confinement on the plastic dome and a full confinement. So with a good repeatability ratio. So we don't see any decline effect, neither due to the repetition. So if there is decline, some theories say that if you repeat the same experiment, there is no novelty, so you have decline effect. So I don't see that here. And also, if we make documentation, we extract pragmatic information, and normally there is decline effect too. And here we have full documentation, and you are part of the experiment. Because I make this experiment now to show you that, and I will try in September to do the same. And we'll see if we are able to reproduce it. So, and we show also that there is a learning effect. So learning effect is complex because if there is a learning effect, it proves that there is something. Because if you take the same experiment and no physical parameter is changed, why the result is changing? So you have to look outside the physical known effect. And for further research, we want to work on a remote through internet. So we have tried to start to work on this, but we are not so far at that time. We have worked also on Parsai board, so be able to work on the same laboratory bed, but with vacuum. And continue to work on the control, to say that if we want to run on this, on the right or on the left, stop, start, and so forth. And finally, I want to make an acknowledgement for thanks to all the people who have contributed to this work, and more specifically the people who have presented the work on work on the experiment I have presented to you today. So David Jamet was starts the laboratory. Steven Frozio, you already know him because he worked 3 years on these topics. Carl Gris, who make big work on the bench, the portable bench with PIV technology, and also on the speed and the weight. And also Pierre Fortin, who make in 3 years more than 400 videos to work with us. And so I want to, if you can give them a special round of applause because they spend hours of a minimal manner just to move the research forward. So thank you for. And if you have any questions,